You are listening to the O'Brien and Bolt podcast. We welcome back to the program a returning guest, Shell, who is an egg candler.
Yes, that's true. I am still. But I just don't do it. But I could do it. But we don't. Last time I was on your show, that's what I did do, and we still have from the old days about 6 chickens left. But like I say, we don't. I haven't had the candle.
Right. Well, we enjoyed talking to you about eggs. And now you are into bees.
We got busy with bees. What we do now, and then instead of like I said, the little stand out on the street there where we were selling eggs for sale. Now we had to take it down and kind of added up eggs plus honey.
Well, how did you
eggs plus honey for sale?
That sounds.
And people drive by, and they don't stop usually. But if they do stop, they can buy 1 egg or a dozen. And we put, like I said before, I think I mentioned the fact that we put the eggs in we sell them by six at a time. So that's like half a dozen. You put 12 eggs in a dozen, so you can do the math on that. The honey, on the other hand, we sell in little jars.
Well, how did you
8 ounces or.
How'd you ever become a beekeeper?
Well, it's gonna sound funny, and I hope all your listeners are older than 18 years old. But it started with the birds and the bees, and I said, because your body changes when you get for me it was a little bit later, 18, 19. But you go, what's going on with me? What's happening? I don't get this thing. And then you go to your mom or your dad, because everybody else just teases you if you start talking about it. Hey, what's dad, mom? And then mom. Now I think back, it's funny. My mom said, "Go talk to your father." So I had to wait for him to come back into port, and then I talked to him about it, and he kind of laughed too. I didn't, But anyway,
what's involved in being a beekeeper?
Well, you got to make sure that the bees are happy, and like I said,
and you got to keep them happy.
You got to keep them happy, and by doing that, you got to keep them busy. And over by where I live, there's still a lot of flowers, and they've got to pollinate. That's their job. They pollinate things. They land on this flower, and then they get some of the flower dust on it. Don't know what that's technically called. But then they take it over to another flower, and then they do some kind of dance or something like that. Tell the other bees, hey, over there's a bunch of flowers, and then they go over to the other one. They pollinate the flowers, and without that, it's very complicated. But it's like if you have a man plant and a woman plant, then you have to have some way to get the. Oh, boy. Well, this is it's different in the plant world.
So it must be fascinating to watch these bees in action.
Buzz, 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 buzz. You can hear them coming, and then they go in there, and there's the queen bee, and she's like a big boss, and she tells all the other bees to go out and do stuff, and then to go propagate and bring back the honey. Make the honey in the comb, and then they keep feeding her, and she gets fatter. And each hive has its own queen, and she lays all the eggs. And again, with the eggs thing, maybe that's the whole thing. I just love eggs. Can't get away from them. And then, that's how we get the honey in the jar, and then we go out to the stand and sell it, and that's fun, because you get to meet people.
Right, and you just sell them down there by the road.
Sell them down there by the road. Don't do a whole heck of a lot of business, but it's fun to just meet people.
You get to talk to your neighbors.
Where are you going? How long you been traveling? Those are your kids in the back seat. Oh, you're on vacation. Nice. Where are you going? To the woods or the ocean or something like that.
People probably ask you for directions.
People will say, where's the nearest gas station? Or, sometimes we have a little ad that runs that we put up on the bulletin board.
Oh, really?
And so they'll come out. Is this a place where the ad said they had eggs and honey for sale? We'll say yes.
Yeah. Now, making honey has become very popular. A lot of people are making, well, the bees are making their honey, but they're
Yeah, that's a good point.
keeping
Let's not
bees in-
confuse things.
right. So what's
People
it?
are helping, though. They're helping the bees. A lot of them need a place. Everybody needs a place to hive. That's a play on words in the bee community.
Yeah. Any tips on making honey or
Well,
keeping bees?
I've got one tip on extracting the honey from the hive and
Okay.
from the comb, and that is, here's the tip.
Okay.
Ready? Write this down.
All right.
I hope you people at home are listening. Pick up a pencil and paper. Don't get stung.
Well, that's
Ouch.
good advice. Let's say you're stung by a bee. What's the best remedy? On the spot remedy? Or
It's a lot similar if you were to be bitten by a rattlesnake. Stay calm. Slow down. Take your time. Find a friend. Inform him or her that you have been stung or bitten by a bee or a snake. You need to go to the hospital. You need treatment. You are not afraid. You are breathing deeply. You are not panicking. You are not getting upset. You are not going to freak out. You're not freaking out. Do not freak out. Do not freak out. Do not freak out.
okay. All right. Well,
Don't freak out about it.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I should probably go.
Thanks,
I think-
Shell. Good luck, and we'll be looking for your honey.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good. There's a bus that dropped me off here, but I can't remember how to get back to that station.
You've been listening to O'Brien and Bolt, the podcast. I'm Michael O'Brien,
And I'm Geoff Bolt,
and our job is to entertain.
as well as inform
You know, if you like what you heard today, please give us a big thumbs up on your source for,
all your podcasts.
and you can find us on Facebook at O'Brien and Bolt. Thanks.